Hello and happy Finally Friday from those of us at Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com. 62 on a U.S. Open tricked up course twice in one day. Ricky Fowler, the cap is back, and Xander Schauffele pulled it off in Thursday's first round of the U.S. Open at LA Country Club. And if you think that 62 is an all-time U.S. Open one-round record, you would be correct, sir or madam. Diamonds are obviously a boy's best friend, at least in Kansas City. Each of the Chiefs' latest Super Bowl rings contains 613 sparklies. To put that in perspective, that is one greater than 612. But if the Chiefs are going to get another ring, they better work things out with their star defensive tackle, Chris Jones, who looks pretty dug in at the moment in his contract dispute. Okay, I would still be at least mildly surprised if D-Hop winds up in New England, but his Thursday visit with the Pats produced nothing but smiles from everybody. Hopkins reportedly is intrigued by the prospect of playing for the Hoodie, and it appears that he has no hard feelings whatsoever toward Pat's offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, who, of course, was his head coach in Houston. And that stint for D-Hop obviously had a rocky ending. As a kid who was a rabid Cowboys fan, I feared New York Giants receiver Homer Jones, and with very good reason. In 7 seasons in the NFL, Jones averaged 22.3 yards per catch. That's still an NFL all-time record, and yeah, that's more than Bob Hayes, for example. But here's what he'll be remembered for. He caught 36 TD passes, but on the very first one in 1965 against the Eagles, an 87-yard sudden six, he did something nobody had ever done before. He took the ball and he stuck it in the ground. And he later explained why that was. He said, I'd already made up my mind that when I scored my first touchdown, I wanted to throw the ball into the stands. But I knew that throwing the ball into the stands was a $500 fine, and none of us had $500. So I had to come up with something else. So as a tribute, I'm going to put one in the ground today in honor of Homer Jones, who left us yesterday at the age of 82. That's a good long life, something Ray Lewis III was denied. The 28-year-old son of Hall of Famer Ray Lewis died Thursday of undisclosed causes. Rest in peace. We get numbed to the greatness that is Shohei Ohtani. Modern baseball has just really never seen anything like him. The Rangers saw more than enough of him Thursday as he gave up just 2 runs in 6 innings to get the win as a pitcher, and also added a 443-foot opposite field home run in a 5-3 victory over the Rangers. That's 22 dingers, and that's tied for the MLB lead. Now, what I liked about that game is that the Rangers lost. Unfortunately, so did my Astros. They fell to the Nationals 4-1 in 10 innings, so Texas still 3.5 games up in the AL West. All right, this ain't funny. Punching out, however accidentally, an NBA mascot during an on-court promotion was one thing, but now a woman has accused Conor McGregor of sexually assaulting her in a VIP men's bathroom during an NBA Finals game last week in Miami. McGregor denies the allegations. No criminal charges have been filed to date, but the 34-year-old McGregor has been previously accused of sexual assault 4 times outside the United States, although he has faced no legal punishment. Why are anti-gay chants a thing at Mexican soccer matches? For that matter, why are they a thing anywhere? Move this irrational hatred very close to the top of the list of things Coach A just does not understand. Don't understand false equivalence either, particularly when it's obvious and it's intentional. There are no legal similarities among the documents issues with Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Mike Pence. Do you not understand it? Of course you don't, because you don't want to understand it. The issue is not that they were in possession of the documents. The issue is what happened after that. Biden completely disclosed it, complied immediately, so did Pence. It's what Trump did in retaining those documents, hiding those documents, and lying about those documents. And if you don't acknowledge the difference there, you're just not an honest person. You're just not. And the stuff now with Hunter Biden and allegedly Joe Biden, look, I got no sacred cows. Go where the evidence leads you. Wherever it is, whatever it is, whoever it is. But it's got to be evidence driven. That's what has to initiate it. You can't come up with an allegation and then start trying to cherry pick non-existent evidence. And that's what bothers me about this. And it's why we do Radically Rational. None of this is evidence driven. These folks have granted themselves the right to believe and concoct and invent anything they want to. And it's right because they said it is. And you want senile? Can we start with Chuck Grassley? Are you kidding me? Well, I don't know whether these tapes exist or not, but they might exist. And it's a foreign national says that. All right, big boy, go get a tape. But that's not the way this works. I'm going to tell you briefly what this reminds me of. I once worked with a sportscaster on television who shall remain nameless, but he was infamous for going with unsubstantiated rumors on the air. So I challenged him on it one day, albeit fairly nicely, and he looked me right in the eye and said, Paul, it's true that it's a rumor. That's not the way this shit works. And it's not the way we operate here on Radically Rational.